So how much does it cost me to acquire a customer in my business? And why do I really care about that number? Because you should if you want to scale your business. Today we're going to show you how to profitably scale your business as you understand your cost of customer acquisition. And we're going to start by telling you the story of a client who figured this number out for their business, was able to double their revenue over the course of 6 months, and land a major investor for their business just by getting a handle on this one number. Next, I'm going to show you how to find your cost to acquire a customer, and it's only going to take you a few minutes. And then with that number, I'm going to show you how to know if you can profitably scale your business over the next 12 months by having one of the strongest profit levers in your business. All right, so let's start off with the story of one of my favorite clients who runs this crazy cool pool business. That's a mouthful. But he came to us knowing that he had something special. He could get clients pretty well. He was delivering really well. He was getting really good reviews from customers. And he knew that he had a unique opportunity to grow, but he didn't know if he could scale this thing quickly or not. So I said, look, you're paying for customers right now, right? You're putting out ads and you're getting customers. He said, yes. I said, how much does a customer cost you? And he said, I don't know. And so we sat down, we went through the formula that I'm going to show you in just a minute, and we identified exactly how much a customer was costing him, and we saw that it was very profitable. So then we said, well, what should the marketing budget be, right? That's the next question. And I said, well, if we have profitable advertising, why would we not put as much into that machine as possible? So that's what we did. We ramped up ad spend significantly, and over the next couple of months, it was like he was on a literal rocket ship with the growth of his business. And over the course of the next 6 months, we literally doubled revenue while keeping profitability higher than it ever had been, because we got really clear on how much he could acquire a customer for and then how much we could spend on marketing. And it was so fun when he went to an investor and said, hey, I've got this business. Do you know how excited they were to pour money into his business because he could prove that if I put this money in, I can get this return out. And it made it a no-brainer deal for his investor. I want you to have that kind of clarity on your numbers, so let's dive in. So I remember once somebody asked me what my cost to acquire a customer was, and it was before we were doing paid advertising, and I thought, well, we don't have any cost, it's free. Well, what I didn't realize is there are actually 3 costs that every business owner is paying at some level to acquire customers. The first one is money. That one's pretty straightforward. Am I putting money into ads to get customers out? The second one is time. Do I need to go out and prospect or go network or go build out content in order to get customers? You're probably spending time if you're not spending money. And the third one, we'll just call goodwill. It's referrals. If you're growing specifically through word of mouth, then every time someone is sending you a customer, we're kind of using up goodwill, so we need to build that goodwill if we want to get referrals. Let's focus in on the first 2, time and money. And specifically, I want to look at if you're paying for customers, how much is it costing you to acquire one? So let's calculate this time cost of acquiring a customer. Here's the easiest way to do it. How much time do you spend marketing every single month? Whether that's through going to visit specific referral sources, maybe it's going to network at business events, maybe it's knocking doors door to door, maybe it's putting out content on YouTube like this. I want you to think about how much time do I spend each month on that marketing activity? And then I want you to say, well, how many clients do I get per month? And we're just going to say time per month divided by clients per month gives me my time per client. And that is your time cost to acquire a customer. But I want you to go a level deeper. I want you to put a dollar value to that time now. If you know that for every hour that you spend in your business, you can bring in, let's call it $50 of revenue, well then, if I have to spend 3 hours to acquire a customer, that is like spending $150 worth of my time to acquire that customer. So even if you feel like, yeah, there's not a direct money cost, there's a time cost and your time is valuable, so start looking at it that way. All right, so now that we've got these numbers down clearly, we need to ask ourselves a realistic question. How much of my revenue does that marketing make up? Or in other words, what percentage of my sales are going out the door to marketing? If we're somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 15%, that's usually a good indicator of the health of our marketing. I'll just tell you though, for some businesses like ours, for example, marketing might make up a much larger chunk of your budget. In our case, our marketing budget is about 50% of all our costs because we really aggressively know that we can grow the business through marketing. And I watch those ROI numbers like a hawk every single week. So I know everyone tells you 10% of your budget should be marketing. And I'll just tell you, it completely varies by industry and by business. Long story short, if you know that all the other numbers in your business work when you spend 15% of your budget on marketing, then it's just fine. You can go spend that and we can go scale this thing. So let's talk about how do I efficiently scale my marketing and make sure that I can grow this business while protecting my cash flow. Okay, so how do I know how much I can dump into my marketing? I've got all these numbers now. Yes, I'm profitable. How quickly can I ramp things up? Well, it really depends on how much you have in business reserves. If you have a 1, 2, or 3 month stockpile of cash sitting in your business, then it allows us a lot more flexibility to hit go on those ads or to scale up our ads if we know that they're profitable. For example, in our business, we simply looked at, okay, we know we have X ROI per dollar that we put in. Do I have enough buffer in the reserves to be able to scale up while not getting close to zero? I mean, that's literally the question that you need to be asking yourself. Do I have some in reserves to do that? That's exactly why we use reserves in the first place, so that we can grow the business profitably. So if you know that you have positive ROI and you know that you've got enough in reserves, crank that ad spend up and then go grow the business. That's literally all we did with this client that I talked about earlier. We said, where are we at? How much do we have in the bank account? And are we positive on our ROI? Scale. And within 6 months, literally doubled the business. If you like seeing all of this complex business stuff put into a simple visual format like this, you should hit subscribe on this channel right now because we've got a lot more like this coming your way. All right, so how do we actually calculate how much it's costing us to acquire a customer? Let's go into this formula, CAC, cost to acquire a customer, okay? The first thing we need to know is how much money did you spend last month? Okay, so I literally want you to go pull up these numbers. So we'll just say dollars, okay? How much did you spend? Divided by how many new customers or clients did you get, okay? So we'll put new clients. And this will give you a cost per customer. Now, what you might be thinking is, it's different every month. Yes, it is, because that's the nature of paid advertising. So we might need to take an average. You know, if you look over the last 6 months, how much did you spend divided by how many new clients did you get? The other thing here is we need to look at how many new clients we got directly from that ad spend. So this might mean you need to go dig up some numbers in the business. We'll look at how to do that here in just a minute with the KPIs that we track every day and every week and every month. But dollars over new clients equals CAC. So let's do an example here to see what this might look like in your business. So let's imagine for a minute that you spend, I don't know, $10,000 over the course of a month on paid advertising. Divided by, let's say we get 5 new clients from that. 10,000 divided by 5 gives me $2,000 as a cost to acquire each customer. Great, so Alex, these numbers look amazing, I just don't have any of them. Or I don't know how to track them, or I don't know what it should look like to track them. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're tracking on a weekly basis in our business and show you our KPI dashboard here. Let's get to the board. All right, so if I were to build a dashboard to track my marketing and cost of customer acquisition, this would be the simplest version that I would have. On one column, I would have ad spend, right? How much am I spending over that period? Now, again, I told you we do this weekly, monthly, and in fact, we do it daily at this point as well. But I have how much I spent. Next, I'm going to put new clients, right? How many clients did I get from that ad spend? And last, this next one is going to be a formula. It's going to be this formula, cost to acquire a customer. Now, I could either put here number of new clients, or if I'm trying to track leads, I might say leads, right? And see what is my cost to acquire a lead. In this case, it's CAC, which we already said, okay? That's my spreadsheet, and so I need to have a team member go in and track ad spend every day, or every week, or every month. I need to have something in my CRM, in my customer relationship manager, be able to track how many clients, and then I can calculate that formula from there. We have found as we scaled our business that we thought we could do this on a monthly basis, and we did. But we started noticing that there were so many changes in the algorithms for where we were putting our ad spend that we actually needed to start tracking it weekly. So we have these amazing weekly trackers that we get into for ourselves and with our clients. And I'll just tell you, the more frequently you can measure this, the better your response is going to be as you look at changing and even scaling your advertising. So now a lot of this growth hinges on you understanding your core KPIs or key performance indicators at a deep level in the business. And I have a free resource for you that's really going to help you wrap your head around what key indicators matter for you in your business that might be related to the marketing, it might be related to your sales, it might be related to your delivery. So we have this whole KPI workshop that you need to go download below. I'll leave you the link to it, along with the spreadsheets that we use to track our core KPIs. Go download that spreadsheet, go watch the workshop, get a handle on these numbers, and who knows, maybe someday you'll be ready for that big investor to come in or to double your revenue. Either way, we're glad that you're focused on this as a business owner, and we'll see you in the next video.